The furnace that made your window has been burning for 15 years without stopping once. It sits at around 1500 degrees Celsius, night and day, weekends included. And here is the part that does not add up. Sand does not melt at 1500 degrees. Pure silica needs closer to 1700. So how does a glass factory melt sand in a furnace that is 200 degrees too cold? It never tries to melt sand on its own. Look at what is actually in your window. About 7 parts in 10 is silica sand. That is the glass itself, the part you look through. Next comes soda ash, sodium carbonate, roughly 1 part in 7. Soda ash is the whole trick. It reacts with the silica and pulls the melting point down from around 1700 degrees to somewhere near 1500. That is why the furnace can run cooler. Less heat means less fuel burned, and in a plant that never switches off, 200 degrees is a staggering amount of energy over a decade. But soda ash breaks something while it fixes something. Sand and soda alone give you a glass that dissolves in water. Slowly, but it dissolves. Your window would not survive the rain. That material actually exists, and it has a name. It is called water glass, and it is sold as a liquid. So a third ingredient goes into the batch: limestone, calcium carbonate, roughly 1 part in 10. Limestone is the stabilizer. The calcium locks the structure so the finished pane shrugs off rain, cleaning products, and time. Sand, soda, lime. That is why the stuff in your window is called soda lime glass, and it is close to 9/10 of all the glass made on Earth. Now the mixture is liquid, and the hard part has not started, because molten glass is not flat. Until 1959, flat glass was made the brutal way. Cast it, cool it, then grind and polish both faces until they were smooth. It was slow. It threw away a large share of the glass as dust, and it burned a fortune in energy. Then a British engineer named Pilkington had an idea in 1952 and spent 7 years making it work. Pour the molten glass onto a bath of molten tin. Watch what that does. Tin is denser than glass, so the glass floats on top. Tin also stays liquid across an enormous temperature range, so the bath does not freeze under a river of hot glass. And a liquid floating on a liquid does something no machine can match. It flattens itself. Gravity pulls the top surface level. Surface tension smooths the underside against the tin. No grinding, no polishing. 2 perfect faces for free. There is a catch, and it is the reason this took 7 years. Tin loves oxygen. Open that bath to the air, and the surface turns to tin oxide, which sticks to the glass and ruins every pane coming through. So the whole tin bath sits sealed under a blanket of gas, roughly 90% nitrogen and 10% hydrogen. The hydrogen grabs any stray oxygen before the tin can reach it. Your window is flat because a hydrogen atmosphere was protecting the metal underneath it. The glass enters the tin at around 1100 degrees and leaves at around 600, by then stiff enough to be lifted onto rollers. Then it goes into the lair. That is a cooling tunnel, and on a float line, it can run for well over 100 meters. The ribbon crawls through it while the temperature comes down slowly and evenly. Rush that step, and the outside contracts while the core is still hot. The stress locked into the sheet would crack it later, sometimes days later, sitting in a warehouse. At the far end, a machine cuts the moving ribbon on the fly. So now go back to the furnace that never switches off. The tank is lined with refractory brick, and heating that lining up or cooling it down puts it under enormous thermal stress. Do it carelessly, and you crack the vessel holding 1500 degrees of liquid glass. A shutdown and restart is reported to cost millions in repairs and lost production. So the plant does the arithmetic and simply keeps burning fuel for 10 to 15 years, until the furnace is worn out and has to be rebuilt anyway. That is the honest reason glass is one of the most energy-hungry materials you own. Not the melting, the waiting. If that is the kind of answer you want, the mechanism instead of the press release, that is what this channel does every week. Which energy technology actually works, and which one is still a promise? So the next time you look through a window, remember what you are looking at. Nobody polished that surface. It is a liquid that was allowed to float and told to lie flat by gravity.